The movie starts with Sam Lombardo, a guidance counselor from Blue Bay High School, is giving a speech to his students on date rape and sexual harassment. He has also invited detectives to Kent and Perez from Blue Bay Police Department to guide the students. Sam is a very popular guy as he is both handsome and charming. All the girls in the school are attracted to Sam and always try to impress him. Kelly Van Ryan, one of the students and daughter of a wealthy family, also has a crush on Sam. She approaches him and asks him to give her a lift home. On their way, Sam also offers lift to Susie Toller, a poor outcast, but she refuses as she doesn't get along with Kelly. When Sam drops Kelly home, even Kelly's mother flirts with Sam and asks him to come in, but Sam politely refuses. One day, Kelly and her friend arrive at Sam's house and offer to wash his Jeep. After cleaning the Jeep, Kelly directs her friend to leave so that she can be alone with Sam. She then enters his house completely soaked in water to seduce Sam. Sometime later, Kelly comes out of Sam's house and runs to her home. Soon after reaching home, Kelly starts crying and reveals to her mother that she was raped by Sam. Kelly's mother gets furious after hearing this and approaches the detectives to file a case against Sam. Kelly gives her confession to the detectives and describes to them how Sam raped her. After listening to her statement, Detective Perez theories that Kelly is making things up as there is no physical evidence to prove that she was raped, but Detective Duquette believes her statement as he knows that Sam is a womanizer. One day, one of Sam's colleagues approaches Sam and informs him that the board is planning to suspend him until he is cleared of the rape charges, so he suggests Sam to hire a lawyer to clear his name as soon as possible. So he approaches lawyer Kenneth Bowden to defend him. After listening to his side of the story, Kenneth decides to defend him in court. Everyone in the city now knows about Sam and Kelly, because of which his reputation is badly damaged. Even his girlfriend breaks up with him after learning about the accusation. One day, detectives Duquette and Perez arrive at Susie's house after she called them. Susie reveals to them that 1 year ago she too was raped by Sam in her trailer. Soon after, the Sam gets arrested by the detectives. On the day of trial, Kelly again repeats her confession of how Sam raped her. She tearfully says that she told Sam to stop, but he didn't. On the second day of the trial, Susie also repeats her confession of how Sam raped her, but Kenneth proved Sam's innocence by saying that even after Sam raped Susie, she kept contacting him for bailing her out of jail for several crimes. But one day Sam failed to bail her out of jail on a minor drug charge. After some pressure from Kenneth, Susie finally reveals that Sam never raped her. Kelly, they just wanted to get revenge on him, Susie for not bailing her out and Kelly for his affair with her mother. Soon after hearing Susie's statement, Sam is free from the rape charges. Kenneth tells Sam that Kelly's mother will now try to negotiate with him for defaming him. So after consulting their lawyers, Sam and Kelly's mother agree on a settlement price of $8.5 million for defaming Sam. Soon after getting the money, Sam decides to move out and takes his belongings from his office. After getting his things, he goes to a motel to spend the night there. He sees Kelly and Susie waiting for him. It turns out that the three of them were accomplices who used the trial to get money from Kelly's mother. Something is wrong and suspects that this was pre-planned by the trio, because Kelly cannot get the money until her mother dies, and Sam and Susie needed money for all their debts, so they decided to scam Kelly's mother and get her money. So Detective Duquette starts investigating the case. He approaches Kelly and tries to intimidate her by saying that the three of them cannot live long together and sooner or later one of them is going to have a problem. But Kelly tells him to stay away from her and leaves. Detective Duquette then goes to meet Susie and tells her that she is being used by Sam and Kelly. He also reveals that Sam has moved all his money to a foreign account and has taken a sailboat on Lace. He then tries to intimidate Susie by saying that Sam and Kelly are not going to share money with her. Susie panics and tries calling Sam, but he doesn't respond, so she goes to meet Kelly. Detective Duquette follows her and listens to their conversation from some distance. Sam calls Kelly and tells her to calm Susie down as she can get them all arrested, but Susie is completely sure that she is going to be left out of the settlement money. After some arguing, they end up fighting and Kelly tries to kill Susie by drowning her, but Kelly changes her mind and passionately kisses Susie. The next day, Detective Duquette shows the video recording to his boss, but instead of allowing him to continue investigating, he orders Detective Duquette to stay away from Sam, Kelly and Susie. One night, Kelly and Susie drive to the beach. Sometime later, Sam also comes there and tells Kelly to get a blanket from her mother's car. While she is away, Sam apparently kills Susie after wrapping Susie's body in plastic. Sam and Kelly drive to the swamp to dispose of Susie's body. The next day, detectives Duquette and Perez learn about Susie's disappearance and begin a search to find her. Detective Duquette is now sure about his theory and goes to the beach to find any clue about Susie's disappearance. There he finds bloodstains brains on a boat along with some teeth. Sometime later the other officers come to the scene and begin inspecting the beach. Detective Perez tells Detective Duquette that Susie's car is found at a bus terminal. Detective Duquette is now sure that something might have happened to Susie and wants to investigate further, but their boss stops him and orders him to drop the case. But Detective Duquette wants to find out the truth, so he asks Detective Perez to keep an eye on Sam. Later that night, Kelly calls Sam and tells him that she is scared and doesn't want to get arrested, but Sam assures her that nothing will happen to her and directs her to stay at home until they leave for good. Afterward, Sam goes to see Detective Perez, who is spying on him. She tells Sam about Susie's disappearance and that he has something to do with it, according to Detective Duquette. So Sam invites Detective Perez to his room and shows her Kelly's school files, according to which Kelly is an unstable, sexually confused girl. Sam tells her that Kelly was having an affair with Susie, but when things didn't work out for them, they may have turned against each other. Sam then seduces Detective Perez and compels her to let him go. She then calls Detective Duquette and tells him that Sam is innocent. Frustrated, Detective Duquette goes to Kelly's house to talk to Kelly, who is scared and upset. Soon after he enters her room, Kelly attacks him. 3 gunshots are heard, after which Ray leaves the room and collapses. Later, Detective Duquette tells the officers that Kelly first fired at him, so he had to return fire and kill Kelly in self-defense. Although no charges are filed against him, he is however dismissed from the force for disobeying orders. After a few days, Sam goes to an island to stay low. He returns to his room and finds Duquette showering inside. It turns out that he and Sam were working together from the beginning. Sam is displeased that Duquette killed Kelly, as he should have just framed her for Susie's death, but Duquette says that they have fewer loose ends now and don't have to share the money with anyone else. Sam tells Duquette that the money is going to be transferred in 2 working days. So he invites Duquette to go sailing with him the next day. Duquette and Sam go sailing on Sam's sailboat. When Duquette is distracted, Sam steers the boat, causing Duquette to fall into the ocean, but he somehow manages to get back on the boat and attack Sam, but gets shot by a very much alive Susie. She shoots Duquette again, who then falls into the ocean and drowns to his death. Meanwhile, Detective Perez goes to meet Susie's grandmother and asks her what she knows about Duquette. Susie's grandmother reveals that Duquette had an affair with a girl at the Glades. One night, Duquette killed a boy named Davy because he had a crush on Duquette's girlfriend. As Susie saw the incident, Duquette got her arrested to silence her. Meanwhile, Susie hands Sam a drink to celebrate Duquette's death. Although Sam hesitates at first, he eventually drinks his drink, but it turns out that Susie has poisoned Sam's drink and knocks him overboard, so his body will not be found. Meanwhile, Susie's grandmother tells Detective Perez about Kelly's grandfather, who once got a woman pregnant. Soon after giving birth to a baby girl, the woman died in a year. Susie's grandmother adopted the baby girl, who is none other than Susie. It turns out that Susie and Kelly's mother are half-sisters and that Kelly is actually the niece of Susie. It turns out that Susie is the ultimate mastermind of the plot, who then sails off into the sunset alone. In the flashback, Kelly and Sam had an affair when Sam was the guidance counselor of Blue Bay High School. Blackmailed Sam to execute her plan. She was the one who set up the first meeting between Sam and Duquette at the beach. She used a pair of pliers to pull a tooth out of her own jaw. When Duquette went to see Kelly, it was he who shot Kelly dead to get rid of loose ends. At the end of the film, Kenneth goes to meet Susie and hands her a briefcase full of cash along with a check for millions of dollars. It turns out that he was working with Susie from the beginning and takes his share of the money. After grabbing the briefcase, Susie leaves and the movie ends here. Thank for watching. Please subscribe for more video.